need to win still this series. They need to close it all out. Surely they will have another shot because they're going to be facing Blacklist. And that is going to be their ultimate ticket into getting into the playoffs.
Their last ticket.
Yep, their last ticket, in fact. Literally and figuratively. Now, for Omega, not winning this series, even after getting one game away from BREN Esports, means that they need to sweep Blacklist International.
That's the math.
That's the math. Literally. So, I will not be surprised if, like, Omega still, looks pressured in this game.
They are out of their minds.
Because for BREN Esports, that game number 2, it looked like it's BREN Esports just playing it.
Yeah. They had fun and they gotta win out of it. A point that in the grander scheme of things doesn't really help anything. But here's the thing: if Omega today doesn't win this series, they're short of a point. They have to sweep Blacklist tomorrow, and Blacklist looking strong. What if? Just what if? Omega misses out on the playoffs historically since season 1, since the predecessors of this squad. OBS Gaming is the first time that they'll miss out of playoffs, bro. That is history.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Big history, and at the same time, I mean, we've seen it before, right? Where in situations, teams like last season didn't make it for the playoffs for the first time.
Yep, and sad to say, it's a second time around for BREN Esports.
Oh no!
But that's in the past. We're here in game number 3. Now and today, game number 3. BREN Esports on the play. Omega answering back, taking out the Selena and the Valentina.
Well, they're also going to add Eve to the list. I mean, pretty standard first phase of the bans here. Omega being on the red side. What are BREN? What do you think BREN's actually going to go and prioritize here? I mean, Angela's being taken out, so there's no more, classic Angela-Ling combo happening. And so I feel like in their situation, like, maybe they want to show the Xavier game.
Yeah, Xavier, maybe.
Right?
Or what about the Masha? It is one of the priorities for sure. And the Grok, you don't wanna give out the Grok again to Omega, even after like winning against it, right?
Yeah.
If I were BREN Esports, though, I would have taken the Selena just for good measure, because it is the signature pick for few. For example, you don't want to give that to Omega. So unfortunately, they banned it out themselves. If I were to guess, okay, so they banned out the Savior.
Okay. Unfortunately, man, I'm still hoping that maybe in the next series or maybe throughout the weekend we can see some more of Xavier, because one game really isn't enough. I mean, most of these heroes that come out, there's the Masha ban, by the way, so we'll see what BREN takes. But yeah, going based off these new heroes coming in to the league, it's always nice to see them kind of get like their reps in, where you can actually kind of give an actual analysis on how well they work around teams. And then again, other teams play them differently. They use them strategically differently. So, unfortunately, we're not going to see him here, but hopefully in the future. And now, BREN actually going to go ahead and prioritize a Karina pick.
Okay, so it's one of the strongest junglers out there, which means Omega can get the Ling for themselves. Or maybe they'll reserve that for their third pick, knowing that Karina's already the jungler, right? So you go for the Grok for sure if you're Omega. And there it is. And then the Dyra, they are going to snatch it away from Flap for the first time in this series. Flap will be playing a different hero. Are they... Oh, his Angela is already banned out. With the Dyra in there as well as the Grok, are you looking for a Beatrix or a 1-1 pick for BREN Esports? Then couple up with a Cho, perhaps?
I think Cho would be good here, especially like Joy Boy. It seems like he really enjoys the hero, right? And he plays him very well. But, with Omega grabbing Grok here, once again on Chaknu, like, how do you feel like Wolf that it, was played game 2? Like, do you think it was actually effective? Because we've seen 2 iterations of Grok with the Assassin emblem, the High and Dry, and also, I believe the support emblem as well. So, do you think it worked?
As a Grok player, I love seeing that position for Grok with big damage, but I always feel that in a professional setting, I would rather see a Grok that's being very pesky, being that tanky hero, providing utility in the early to the late stages of the game with the vision that you can get out of the Grok, as well as the fact that you use the flicker and ultimate, not rely on the damage, but that 1.8 second stun, and then you getting out of the way anyways. I think that's a better, or a better looking in way of approaching the Grok. But of course, I mean, obviously, if you're gonna ask me, I wanna see like a damage Grok, killer Grok,
big damn Grok,
big damn Grok, right? But
that's a tongue twister. You don't want to say that too fast.
Big damn Grok. Big damn Grok.
Yep.
Big damn Grok. Said it 3 times fast.
Yeah.
Not too fast. No,
Not
you got to
too
say it
fast.
faster.
Yeah.
Big damn Grok.
Never
I'm
mind.
just gonna stop it.
I think both teams here have incentive to go fast because they both learned that if we take it slow, game 1 and game 2 is going to happen. There is turnaround. Both teams have that much heart. So there goes the Popol and Koopa. BREN Sports, what else can they choke out here?
Well, Beatrix,
Yeah.
perhaps?
Beatrix.
Yeah. Seeing as it is still a viable option for Omega, you wanna ban it out.
Unless they're still going for the whole fighter action.
Oh
here,
yeah, that's
you know?
right.
Like we saw last game, but I actually don't think it's going to happen this time.
Yep.
BREN, they should take out the Beatrix here, but they actually take the Lilia for now.
Oh yeah, they're perfecting their they are protecting their Karina as well as their Esmeralda. How about that? So Omega, knowing that they banned out already this Popol and Koopa, might be banning out a hero that can make it a problem for the Paquito. So maybe even so Eevee's already banned out. Maybe a Sicilian or a Kagura ban for Omega.
Yeah, not just for the Paquito, but even the Grok is going to start reeling once the Sicilian makes it on.
Yep.
You know, one thing though, with this Paquito being here on Omega and it's most likely going in the hands of Ryzen again, I feel like still I'd like to see him in Game 3 and make a little bit more smart decisions, I would say, like better decisions, because a lot of times it just seems like he had some unnecessary deaths, which kind of gave Omega like that disadvantage in certain critical moments throughout the game. So I feel like this Game 3 hopefully has the mindset fixed and he can make better decisions here.
I love it. I agree with you. First up, Omega takes out the 1-1, so maybe they may pick up the Sicilian, but yeah, more on Ryzen. In Game 1, giving up those buffs and those green small camps, it made sense.
Yeah.
But dying over and over again in game number 2 might have been too much.
There it
That's
is.
the Beatrix as we predicted it to be.
Is this Captain Entomas with the Sicilian maybe? Or is it too much? Is it dangerous?
They need good magic damage though, like if you think about it.
Yeah, they really need. Maybe even Lunox at a certain point, right? But knowing that it is not a meta pick anymore, I think Sicilian.
Sicilian would be great.
Yep.
Yeah, especially considering Omega likes to play the long game.
Yeah.
Right? That's one of the best win conditions you can have there.
There it is.
It is.
There it is.
Beautiful.
We kind of know these guys at
Yeah.
8 weeks. 8 weeks, we kind of know. You know, I'm joking. But, you know, Sicilian, great choice here. They need magic damage. They also need some late game kind of a win conditional there. And I feel like Sicilian's kind of always one of those best options.
It's perfect. It fits Captain Entomax here, Patrick Kaidik so well. I had a moment with him that weekend that they won MSC 2021, right? He talked to me and he spoke to me about like how he's been here in the league for so long and he very rarely gets a recognition that he deserves.
Yep.
He's the same exact dude in game as he is in real life. He's just
Yep.
going to work the long game, work hard, give his heart, and you know what? In the end, work towards at least whatever's in front of him right now, and that's getting into the playoffs. So yeah, with the Sicilian, perfect pick. BREN Sports answering back with that Clint. What else are they missing? They need
Magic.
some mid presence. Fuse Kadira.
Yep. Kedira gonna be picked up this time. They want to burst down the Sicilian as much as possible. Oh, okay.
Whoa.
We talked about
That was
this.
quick.
Ask and you shall receive.
We got both.
Oh yeah, we got both. Okay. Wow. I didn't expect it to be that case, but it makes total sense against the Esmeralda for sure.
Yeah.
You have your instant burst with your Ruby DD play that you can dive through the Clint, so you can eliminate that Clint almost immediately. And it has a love and hate relationship with the Karina, where the Karina, in a way, can deal with the Lunox, but in the right timing, Lunox can actually burst down the Karina. And one of the few heroes that can deal like magical and HP based damage in consistently.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be great versus the Karina. But then again, it's not a counter. That's what I'm trying to say. Karina can deal with the Lunox and Lunox can deal with the Karina all the same.
But the thing is, it came out so fast, so that means Pakbet understood. He knows that this is what we need right here.
He
Exactly.
knew the assignment.
Yep.
as people would say.
He understood.
He understood the
That's what the-
assignment.
that's what
the
kids-
kids say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Yeah.
Sheesh,
That's
sorry.
what kids say.
Sheesh, I'm off.
One more look at the lineup before we go into the land of Dawn. It all comes down to this. Omega needs the points. BREN Sports fighting for honor and the spirit of their legacy. Game number 3 is upon us. It looks like a purple star for both junglers.
Yeah, and I was going to say, with the Lunox pick here, going into the Golden Lane, how many times have we seen it? I feel like we've only, off the top of my head, I think we've seen Marky do it from Onyx Philippines, and it worked really well for him. And I can't remember if he actually played against an Esmeralda then too, but it's like when you have that, to be able to park it in the gold lane. Lunox is one of those picks that just, the Chaos Bolts are kind of just pop out of nowhere.
Yep, a couple more names pop up into my head when you talk about a gold lane Lunox in Season 9. There's Oheb from Blacklist International, and there's Benny Cutie from Echo.
That's right. It has been a traditional pickup. I think even in MPL Season 7, we're seeing already this Lunox being picked up in both the mid lane as well as the gold lane, more particularly in the gold lane, right? And there's a lot of people already winning and always saying that it is a great pickup when there's a Esmeralda present. Whether or not they face in the lane, any stage, as long as there's a Darkness ultimate, like the Power of Chaos, I think it's called, and not from the Lunox, it's always a kill threat versus the Esmeralda. No. It's just how it goes. The percent-based stage, I honestly feel that when we had this patch that's favoring the tanks, I always thought that Lunox will always be in the discussion.
Yeah,
right?
she for the longest time has been the natural predator to heroes like Kufra and Grok.
That's right.
So it's just a matter of time maybe for her to be like a phase 1 pick again.
Maybe.
It's weird because like the switch up in priority picks has changed so much in the last couple weeks.
For sure, dude. Dairoth is such a hot commodity. But yeah, back into the action here, 30 seconds into game number 3. As you do with a Demon Slayer Karina, Saksha going fast here, Chaknu threatening the steal, and of course, enhancing that Serpent's life. Oh, but wait, look, Ryzen switches it up. He goes for the orange instead, Saksha scoring a Little Wanderer.
I'm wondering too how much of a, I don't want to say a hard time, but how difficult it's going to be for Etu Max here on the Sicilian against a Kadita, because typically so far what we've seen the majority of this season when Kadita is picked, it's usually paired with the Johnson, right? Which is not going to be happening here, obviously, but Kadita still provides so much burst damage, especially paired with the Petrify, right? And you got to consider the fact too that they reduce the cooldown of Petrify. So that combination is going to be available a lot more often than not. And I feel like Etu Max, once again, like you mentioned, Leo, the man plays out of his mind. He's a great person in person as well, but I feel like he's going to have a difficult time this game.
No, here's the thing, right? Did you ever imagine that MPL Season 9's top priority picks Karina and Dairoth, right? Did you imagine in your lifetime that will happen?
Some Twilight Zone situation. But no, right now, on a personal note, I love Karina.
Oh,
dude,
of course.
Well,
my confidence goes up to like 150%. Just give me the friggin' Karina, man. Yeah. Turtle up right now, 2 minutes in. But as, since the patch has gone, teams tend to wait until their roamers reach level 4. So that's what's exactly what's happening here.
Yeah, I think it's the best choice.
Few threatening a knock-up on the Etomax, not going to have any of it. Bat's Feast forcing out the ult from the Kadita. Few retreating underneath his own turret. Joy Boy here, just going through the wall, bouncing back and forth, forcing out a flicker, and an Abyssal Strike. Barely leaving Joy Boy alive.
I like that. So the Abyssal Strike with the Flicker combo, try to line that up. But right now, Omega's going to have to secure that turtle. But look at the action at the top.
Oh, Sasha going to bite it. The Filipino Savage punishing him. Oh, wow.
His confidence was pretty high there.
Very. Reminds me of how I play. I'm just kidding. Obviously, Sasha's a better player. And you know what? I don't mind it, because looking at the map, Wolf, I'm sure you'll agree, it looked relatively free for the Karina to steal.
Unfortunately for BREN Sports, they bit that bait coming out from Omega. It is true. It was very juicy. However, because of them losing HPs on Joy Boy, committing even the flicker, and then you have the Karina, Saksa just not calculating it carefully enough. They gave the turtle to Omega, as well as a death onto Saksa. and a lot of other like big-time battle spells.
They find a nice pick here, though, in the bottom because that's going to give them a little bit more advantage. They're going to grab some gold from that turret, too. So right now, pretty neck and neck here.
I want to say this was so weird for BREN Esports because in both occasions, games 1 and 2, they have dominated the early game. But this time it's Omega actually taking the bigger objectives. Fortunately for BREN Esports, they got a kill afterwards. But if you're looking at just the jungler matchup, Saxa is 1.9 and Ryzen is already 2.1k. So it's looking wonderfully well for Omega.
The fact that Omega plays the map is helping that fact. Because, again, on paper, the Karina has to go faster, right? Especially Demon Slayer Karina. Yeah. But since Omega, their communications are through the roof. Look at this, Saksha. Very low. Way of the Dragon. Onto one. Down goes the Mamba. Etomas and Kelra follow through. No trades. BREN Esports, a clear win. 3 for none. And they're still going. Super Marco going to get threatened here. He's going to get knocked out. No, sir. As Joyboy and Few put up a barrier between him, Ryzen and their gold laner.
Wow.
Interesting.
Wow.
BREN, the discipline is through the roof.
Wow, indeed. I mean, they get 3 kills there. That's going to be huge for them. And Ryzen actually just showing his confidence, right? He's going to go ahead and take this turtle. And like you mentioned, this is against a Karina running the Demon Slayer jungle emblem. And you would expect Karina, Saxa here grabbing all these objectives and everything. But right now, Ryzen showing the strength.
Oh! The Filipino savage not going to survive a 3v1. Yes, he did pop off the brilliance, but too much is too much, man. Joyboy pushing away the Chuck Mamba as BREN barrels away at this tier 1 up top.
Well, also we talked about this, Wolf. This time Chaknu is running the other emblem, so it's not the killer Grok and the big damn Grok that we're looking for here.
Oh, yeah. Knock up. Another Way of the Dragon. 2-man combo. Make it a 3-man combo as Flap tries to take down Chaknu. He survives with the help of Etomax's CC skill. Interestingly enough, False engages in mid. Should they be putting more pressure on Etomax?
Well, definitely for BREN Esports. You don't want to give farm to Etomax. I mean, Sicilian is going to be a big problem in the latter portions of the game. They do have a way to dive, and Few with 3-0 and 2, with the help of Joy Boy, 3 assists on the delivery boy for BREN Esports right now. It allows them to kind of get the kill. So what I'm trying to say here is that they do have their ways to take down Etomax in the latter portions of the game, but they are going to need a lot. So them shutting down Etomax in the early stages of the game up until the mid game is far more important than trying to win it in the late game against Omega.
Yeah, so they got to move now.
Exactly.
So far, they're trying. They are going to get one. It's Renzio. Down goes the Deroff. Saksha gets it.
Delivery boy.
And now Flap bites it. A huge trade by Omega in mid. So, yeah, BREN is moving fast, but not towards the direction we talked about. Not towards Captain Etomax. Saksha and Few walking away from 4 members. Look how deep Kelra is.
Yeah, I was just wondering if I heard him right earlier. Delivery boy, and that's exactly why. Kick them right into your teammates, and there you go. And now the turtle.
Delivery birthday boy. Rough waves already used up by Few. Turtle takes it. Another delivery. Served up to ya. How about a Chak Mamba in a box?
Right on time. They're still going.
Joy Boy, though, very low. Ryzen knocks him out. Batch Beast by Etomax, spacing them out just as he needs to. Traded out for Ryzen. 2 for 1 so far. Etomax and Kelra walking away. Super Marco once more. The Commando takes down Saksha while Flap chases him away. Up top, though, in mid lane. Super Marco walks away. Oh, we missed it. 1v1 down bottom. Esmeralda wins. Chaknu walks away from a missed wild charge. Flicker spent, though, by Super Marco.
Dude, this is, I mean, the drafts are different here, but this is still like, the last game where it's just like back and forth. And, this is what we love to see here. And at the same time, BREN, it's 9-5 in their favor. They've got 2 turrets, but Omega's actually finding some critical pickups here. The big problem they have to deal with and consider is Few, and now they're actually going to be closing down.
Look at this! Oh, he got caught by the Sanguine Claws! Knocked out one more time. The birthday boy has to take a quick nap. All this time, Flap jumping in. Falling Star Moon on the Kel Ryan Antomas. Goes in. Can they commit?
Oh,
Can they
Chaknu!
continue? Oh, look at that. Sasha goes. While Flap just puts a bead onto the Filipino Savage. He gets traded out for, though. Currently, it's a 2-for-1. They're still going. Rough Waves by few, healing him up just enough. It's going to stop there, says BREN.
See, this is what I'm saying, man. Omega is finding some critical pickoffs here. And again, you can see Saksa now having the 3 deaths here on this Karina. I mean, this is typically when you pick a Karina in the jungle, this is not the type of game you want to have, right?
Oh.
You are losing the objectives. You're also dying quite a bit here. And a lot of it, again, has to be the magic damage that is front-loaded coming out from Omega.
You see that Chakno, I mean, both roamers from both teams are just delivering right now. And Joy Boy, he has been so critical for BREN Esports, winning so much fights for BREN Esports. But then, when they were so aggressive, Chakno's there for the punish. And you saw that into the top lane, utilizing his wild charge in the right moment to punish the members of Omega, and Joy Boy whiffing that shot.
Yep, he went for everything. Conceal plus the flicker. He missed out and he lost that. Now Super Marco in trouble. Gets taken down. 2 knockouts clean for Ryzen. Now few. Rough Waves. He's in trouble. Power of nature charged up.
Nice
There's the Guardian's barrier. Serving it up. 1 more kill for Ryzen. Question mark. Not going to happen. Flap dancing on between 4 members of Omega. Now they switch up. Their next target going to be the Lord. Where's the purple buff going to go? Chaknu, Renzio, and Etomax. Not giving any incentive for Flap to try and steal. Of course, it goes over to the captain of the barangay. They take the purple. They take the Lord. Huge wins for Omega.
Huge wins, man. I mean, that whole, just everything that happened in the last, minute or so. All Omega there, finding key pickups. Now they have the Lord here marching down the top lane. Big pickup coming out from Etu Max here, and items-wise, too. And, I mean, he's got to have plenty of stacks.
Yeah. And in both occasions, I hope we get to see a replay while we're having a pause.
50-50.
It was definitely because of Chaknu. And I'm going to say, his initiation, when they went for that, I mean, obviously, Joy Boy whiffing the flicker play with the Jeet Kundo was very unfortunate for BREN Esports. But Omega was able to get more out of it because of Chaknu's flicker into the ultimate for that additional stun, eventually paving the way for Ryzen to get into a position to get an off. And then, of course, another play with the Guardian's barrier. You see how well Chaknu knows this hero, right? Because he knows exactly how to use the Guardian's barrier. And if you have this a second skill, a non-ultimate skill, but you have so much impact with it, that's championship material. But unfortunately for BREN Esports, they are in the opposite end of that grok.
The receiving end.
So
it's come to the point where maybe delivering the Chak Mamba grok over to your team is not a good idea.
Yeah.
Joy Boy now has to think twice. Lord here, coming up through top lane. Ryzen in mid. Renzio in the bottom lane. Crack in that tier 2. Let's see. Defense up, and of course that tier 3 shield inhibitor popping and clearing top lane for BREN. Is it gonna happen in mid? Not so much. Chaknu with the concealed play, trying to find Joy Boy. Oh, Sanguine Claw catch it too. Guardian's barrier set up. Can they take it out? That's a
good Etu Max.
minion wave popped up. Yeah, no, you're right, Naisu. Etomax, the fact that he wasn't touched much in the mid game and the early game. And now BREN's like scratching their heads like, why did we let that happen?
and on top of that, he's got the purple buff, man.
Oh.
All day.
Oh.
He doesn't even have to like do anything.
Yeah. Nope. And that's all the shields popped in mid and in top. Maybe bottom still has that turret shield, but it's just a matter of time. Oh, ow, Super Marco.
All right, he's out of the purple buff. It's time to go back.
Let's grab it again. Gimme.
Yeah, he's got to take this one. I don't know. Yeah, actually, you're just going to give it up to him here.
Yeah.
That's got to be, that is literally bad news.
Oh, Joy Boy. Oh. It's Chaknu to scout them out. And this is Brute Force Breastplate on top of the Athena shield. And Few says, I cannot burst down the Chaknu, the Chak Mamba anymore. So this is a big problem for BREN Esports. Omega already, they have the advantage. If they don't have any more Joy Boy deliveries here, it's going to be very bad for BREN Esports.
man, even the deliveries have to be thought twice about, right? Like, given that this is a very chunky Grok and his damage output is real, Omega might come for counter initiation if BREN finds the wrong delivery angle.
Yeah. Not only that, but again, they still have to be careful of BREN's Few here, right? Few is sitting very pretty at 4-1-3, has great itemization already, and will be able to burst.
Oh, Way of the Dragon here by Joy Boy. Catches Renzio, but it looks like this is the deadly counter initiation we were talking about. Omega pops Flap like an egg. That Esmeralda did not stand a chance. So it's a one-man advantage. Clear signal for Omega to take this Luminous Lord.
Yeah, this is going to be a hard Lord to contest here, especially when you're down Flap, who's reliant on being kind of that front line there. Joy Boy.
Maybe too deep.
Again.
Maybe too deep. Way of the Dragon on cooldown. Oh, it just came off, but it's not going to do much to save him from Ryzen's fists. Another knockout. Ryzen, you talked about Few sitting pretty at 4-1-3. Look at Ryzen, 6-1-3.
Man, oh man. I mean, Chaknu missed a couple of those wild charges early on in the game, even with the flicker combo.
Yep.
But I'll tell you what, now, at this point, he is landing all those critical ones that he needs to, and it's just working so well for Omega here.
They're going to be fast pushing as Omega is trying to clear all of the waves, setting up for this Lord push. And apparently it's going to be a two-pronged attack, top and the bottom and the mid lane. Bottom lane as well. Okay, so this will be a three-pronged attack from Omega. And you can see that Chaknu is really confident now. They also have the poke coming out from Etomax, so really a lot going in favor of Omega in this Lord push.
They're having it their way. Lord has already taken down that inhibitor up top. Bottom lane being threatened. Mid lane as well. They're just waiting for a nice chunky wave. They are going to take down Lord. Ready Sports feeling pretty here. Clearing the way from the backline. Chaknu getting it with the power of the wild. And
Nice try.
flicker in, wild charge back. They got to be happy here. Some discipline from Omega. Got to call for it as they go ahead and punch down this last inhibitor in bottom lane.
Base is opened up here. BREN, can they actually defend this?
Oh no! Flap with the falling star moon. It's a miracle he survived. Joy Boy looking for an angle. Way of the Dragon on Chaknu. And they're gonna pop one. Rough
damage.
waves keeping Few alive. Chaknu gets popped by Saksha. It's a trade for Captain Few. Down goes Super Marco. Down goes Saksha. Flap's still alive.
That's
but
it.
only for so long because Rise is gonna take him down. Joy Boy's still alive. He's the only one left. Oh no. 4v1. He can't do it. The humanity. My God. Omega takes game 3 and the series.
Big game here for Omega, and they definitely needed this, man. They needed to come out with the 2-1, right? Actually, it would have been better situation if they could have 2-0'd the series